So today I will read two suttas. Both are very short. The first one is talk about the asawas, the three unwholesome roots, and the second one is talk about the five aggregates. So I want to share with you the screen. So this sutta is from the Anguttara Nikaya, book 3, the Sutta 53, a certain Brahmin. I will read it first without any comment, and then I will comment the sutta. Then a certain Brahmin approached the Blessed One and said to him, Master, I used the Bhikkhu Bodhi translation for the talk. Both of the suttas that I used is the Bhikkhu Bodhi translation. So, again, then a certain Brahmin approached to the Blessed One and said to him, Master Gautama, it is said, a directly visible Dhamma, a directly visible Dhamma. In what way is the Dhamma directly visible, immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable to be personally experienced by the wise? Brahmin, one excited but lost, overcome by lust, with mind obsessed by it, intends for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, and for the affliction of both. And he experiences mental suffering and dejections. But when lust is abandoned, he does not intend for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, or for the affliction of both, and he does not experience mental suffering and dejections. It is in this way that the Dhamma is directly visible and immediately inviting one to come and see, applicable to be personally experienced by the wise. One full of hate, overcome by hatred, with mind obsessed by it, intends for his own afflictions, for the affliction of others, and for the affliction of both, and he experiences mental suffering and dejection. But when hatred is abandoned, he does not intend for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, or for the affliction of both, and he does not experience mental suffering and dejections. It is in this way, too, that the Dhamma is directly visible, immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable to be personally experienced by the wise. One who is deluded, overcome by delusion, with the mind obsessed by it, intends for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, and for the affliction of both, and he experiences mental suffering and dejection. But when delusion is abandoned, he does not intend for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, or for the affliction of both, and he does not experience mental suffering and dejection. It is in this way, too, that the Dhamma is directly visible, immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable, to be personally experienced by the wise. Excellent Master Gautama, excellent Master Gautama. Master Gautama has made the Dhamma clear in many ways, as though he were turning upright what had been overthrown, revealing what was hidden, showing the way to one who was lost, or holding up a lamp in the darkness so those with good eyesight can see forms. I now go for refuge to Master Gautama, to the Dhamma, and to the Sangha of Bhikkhus. Let Master Gautama consider me a life follower who from today has gone for refuge for life. So, in this sutta we have, first of all, the characteristic of the Dhamma that is directly visible, immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable to be personally experienced by the wise. But then the Buddha shows us the three asavas: lust, hatred, and delusion. So, lobha, dosa, and moha in Pali. And it's very interesting because we can only see the Dhamma in a direct way if we can abandon these three, yeah, these three fetters, these three uh, taints. So it's very interesting because when someone who have their own mind overcome by lust, hatred, and delusion, this is an action, whatever the action might be, mental, verbal, or bodily action, that generate affliction for oneself, from the others, or for both. But only when we abandon these three taints arises the possibility to see the Dhamma. Inside Twin, we have the 6 R's. First, we have to recognize that our mind is somehow, in our mind, arises some of these taints or any one of the five hindrances. Then we have to let go, and then we relax. This point of the relaxation is very important in the suttas, especially in Majjhima Nikaya 118, that is the Anapanasati Sutta. The Buddha gives a specific instruction that the meditator have to tranquilize his mind or her mind during the meditation as an active attitude towards the meditation. So this step, that the third R, is really important because when we tranquilize the mind, when we relaxes the mind, we're going to feel some space, some peace. Sometimes it's very subtle, but it's in there. And then we re-smile. With this smile and with this tranquility, we can return to our object of meditation. And again, we don't have to forget that this attitude of tranquility is the main aspect of our approach to the meditation object. So, with gentleness and patience, we make contact with metta, karuna, mudita, or upekkha, and then we repeat, we stay with that object, with that kind of contact. So, when we regain our mindful and with our mindfulness, we start regain this mindfulness when we apply the first R. We recognize. So if I going to recognize that my mind is wandering or in any of these hindrances of any of these asawas, I start to regain my mindfulness and I start to remember, because that is sati, remember, memory, that the mind is moving around. And when I regain this mindfulness, I also remember the first step of the Noble Path, that is right vision, right point of view. That the mundane aspect is that everything is conditional. We have causes and conditions for every event that happen in our mind. So when I remember this is really helpful because it gives me the second R, that is, I have to abandon these hindrances because it's not mine, it's not me, it's not myself. And then I relax. When I relax, this tranquility emerges in the mind. And then I can strengthen this tranquility by the smile. So with this gentleness, with this spaciousness in our mind, we return to our object of meditation. And here, when this happens, I am applying the Dhamma. at that moment, because I regain right view, I regain a right intention, because at that moment my mind has a loving intention. I also have applied right effort. The mindfulness now is stronger, and then will give me right collectedness. So right collectedness or concentration is just the result of apply the rest of the noble path. So I don't have to try to control the meditation or the outcome of the meditation. If I apply these steps, right samadhi will arise by itself. So at that moment, I will see the Dhamma directly. Also, I will going to feel immediately, that is the second aspect, this realization of the Dhamma, maybe in a mundane level, but this is the third, the third aspect, inviting one to come and see, because when I come and see and I apply the Dhamma, I personally experience this kind of knowledge, this kind of wisdom. And when I say wisdom, I refer to see that every aspect in the mind is based on conditions. This is one aspect of this sutta. I think that the other aspect is a little more deep, because it talked about the three taints, lust, hatred, and delusion. And this is, I remember when I read this sutta, is remember me the Samaditi Sutta from the Majjhima Nikaya number 9, that ignorance is the condition of the ignorance is the contamination, these three taints, and the condition for these three taints is the asawas is ignorance. So what is ignorance? Ignorance is, maybe I don't know the Four Noble Truth, or maybe I forgot the Four Noble Truth. When I forget the Four Noble Truths, I will, at that moment, will arise in my mind. There is a definition in that sutta, in Samadhiti Sutta, that is especially precise. That Venerable Sariputta said that because we forget the Four Noble Truths, the presumption of an I arises. So this is very important, because have many nuances regarding this aspect of the self. Because we forgot the Four Noble Truths, the presumption of I am is possible. So uh, this is something that we have to keep in mind, because we cannot be certain about that the me, my, of myself is a reality. We only can presume that that is a possibility. And that possibility, that is very insidious, I don't know if that word in English exists, but is very subtle, because that is what give us the doubt and start to think about, that bring us the possibility to papancha, or the proliferation of concept arises in our mind. So this presumption, this is something that I cannot be certain, but because the process of human cognition is very fast, is that I think that, oh yes, this is mine, this is me, this is myself. So in the process to let go by the 6 R's, by right effort, any of these hindrances, the mind gradually will be purified. So this also remember me some talk of Bhante Vimalaramsi, that he said that the hindrances, the asawas, are our teachers, because if we don't have the hindrances, there is three possibilities, or maybe we are an arahant and we don't know. The other aspect is I am in jhana, and sorry, there's two possibilities, but those two possibilities, but it's only through abandoning the hindrances is that we have the possibility to purify our mind and gain wisdom. So the hindrances are not bad things, but pointed out exactly what we have to let go. And one of the main aspects that we deal in our daily life is sometimes we can feel some unwholesome state, but we don't know maybe what what I what I'm what is the feeling that I have right now. Is some kind of somehow is hidden. So when we are meditating and some hindrances arise, we have the opportunity to let go and see by ourselves what is what is what we are attached to. And this maturing in release, that is a beautiful expression of the Dhamma, the maturing of release, that is that we are train ourselves to let go anything that arises in our mind, is the most important thing of the path, because the Buddhist path is all about to open the hand and let go. And we have to trust in that training. We have to trust in that kind of approach to our, not only our meditation, but our life too. So I will continue with the next one, and then if you have some question or comment, I would like, yeah. Well, here I use from the Samyutta Nikaya, the book 22, Sutta 47, Ways of Regarding Things. At Sawati, bhikkhus, those ascetics and Brahmins who regard anything as self in various ways, or regards as self the five aggregates subject to clinging, or a certain one among them. What five? Here, bhikkhus, the uninstructed worldling, who is not a seer of noble ones and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma, who is not a seer of superior person and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma, regards the form as self, or self as possessing form, or form as in self, or self as in form. He regards feeling, perception, volitional formation, consciousness as self, or self as possessing consciousness, or consciousness as in self, or self as in consciousness. Thus is the way of regarding thing and the notion I am have not vanished in him, as I am has not vanished. There takes place a descent of the five faculties, of the eye faculty, the ear faculty, the nose faculty, the tongue faculty, the body faculty. There is bhikkhus. The mind, there are mental phenomena, there is the element of ignorance. When the uninstructed worldling is contacted by a feeling born of ignorance, contact, I am occurs to him, I am this occurs to him, I will be, and I will not be, and I will consist of form, I will be formless, and I will be percipient, and I will be not non-percipient, and I will be neither percipient nor non-percipient. This occurs occur to him. The five faculties remain right there, because, but in regard to them, the unstructured noble disciple abandons ignorance and arose true knowledge. With the fading away of ignorance and the arising of true knowledge, I am does not occur to him, I am this does not occur to him, I will be, and I will not be, and I will consist of form, and I will be formless, and I will be percipient, and I will be non-percipient, and I will be neither percipient nor non-percipient. This do not occur to him. So I found that these two suttas were very interesting. So here in the first part we have the 20 wrong views regarding the five aggregates, that we can see some of the aggregates in an unstructured whirling. We can see the form identically as the self, or the self possessing the form, or the form possessing the self. There is a different similes to that that I think is in the Patisambhagga. Yeah, that, for example, the Venerable Sariputta gives some similes that uh, any one of these five aggregates, uh, that, for instance, he gives the simile that we have a tree and we have the shadow of the tree. So we can consider that the form, the feeling, perception, volitional formation of consciousness have a shadow. So this is a way of that any of these can cast a shadow, like a self. Or another simile is that, for instance, we have these five aggregate, and inside we have the self. And the simile that Sariputta gives is that we have a shell and inside we have a pearl. So this pearl is somehow the self. Another simile that he gives is that we have a flower and we have the smell, the scent of the flower. So the scent will be like the self. So this all similes is to give us conception of representation of these 20 possibilities. Then came the core of this sutta, that again, this way of regarding things and the notion, and here is the interesting word, notion, I am, have not vanished in him. So I think this is the important thing, the notion. We cannot have the certainty that this is an actual real thing. It's just a notion, it's just a presumption. And as I am has not vanished, there takes place a descent of the five faculties. This is interesting because when this happened, the Buddha said that the five faculties, somehow we have caught up in sensual desire. Because here it says, there takes place a descent of the five faculties, the eye, the ear, the nose, tongue, and body faculty. So somehow, when I have an experience that I consider myself, at that moment, sensual desire probably will arise in my mind, or any of the other hindrances and asawas. Then says, there is, because the mind, there are mental phenomena, and there is the element of ignorance. So, when the unstructured world is contacted by feeling born of ignorance contact, occurs, I am this, I will be, I will not be, and so on. So, if we regard in the five faculties, and we have this, some notion of I am, or me or myself, arises at that moment, I will be caught up in sensual desire. And regarding the mind, we're going to see that some projection that my mind will do regarding the self. And this is the aspect of ignorance. So any feeling born of ignorance contact will arise this kind of identification. Not only now, but always the mind will be project in the future some kind of wish or desire or crave for some form or some feeling or some perception, formation, or consciousness. So here is again, when right therefore is applied at this moment, when we apply the 6 stars, and especially with this quality of mind of be very tranquil, very patient with ourselves, we're going to start to see this process of movement of the mind. And we are not going to identify with any of these movements. It's just movement that is based upon causes and condition. So this gives us the possibility that is show us here the third paragraph, because it says the 5 faculties remain right there because, but in regard to them, the unstructured noble disciple abandons ignorance and arouses true knowledge. So I really love this sentence. The 5 faculties remain right there. Why it's very interesting, because the instruction is you don't have to do anything because the 5 faculties is just right there. We don't have to go after the 5 faculties because we always are experience feeling. But somehow, because our mind is tainted by craving and ignorance, we are chasing all kind of experience. We are continually in depth of our experience. But the Buddha said here, the 5 faculties remain right there. So we are going to experience the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and even the mind. So we don't need to have this attitude to go after. We just be patient and open, and we just let that experience come to us. And this is very different, a very different attitude. I think that is some kind of more nibbanic attitude, so to speak. The samsara is always a way of production. We have to go after, looking forward in a very, sometimes, anxious way, go after things, wherever it might be. But if we are very tranquil at that moment, we have this attitude, this perspective of not only the meditation, but is our daily activities, we're going to find that the experiences are really different. And in our mind, all the feelings that possibly arise, also we have a different nuance to observe. We can see that we can see the feeling as painful, pleasant, or neutral, and we just recognize that, and the mind will not wander so much. This will be the cause and the condition to have a more tranquil mind and a stronger mindfulness. So when this happens and we abandon ignorance, so abandons ignorance is remember the Four Noble Truth, remember right view. remember right intention at that moment. So right effort, true knowledge will arise. This is something very interesting because we don't have to, again, go after the knowledge, the true knowledge. The true knowledge will arise by itself when the conditions are proper. And when we apply right effort, that is the condition to true knowledge. And when our mind would be or have maturity, and we train ourselves in the maturity of letting go, the true knowledge will arise by itself. So, with the fading away of ignorance and the rising of true knowledge, this all possible in identification will not occur. So, this is what I want to share with you today. So I will stop share now. If you have question or any comments, please.
Yes, thank you.
Hello,
Thank you for
Buddha.
inviting me to,
Thank
yes,
you for
you're saying
joining us.
wonderful Dhamma talk where really to say Dhamma, yeah, like the right knowledge will come on right time. But one needs to practice, like one needs to have, follow the Dhamma, like what we call is following the precepts, practicing the meditation, and cultivating the wisdom. Sila, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya in Pali, which we call Sila. In Sila, when we maintain the Sila, it improves Samadhi, it is meditation. When we cultivate meditation, we get wisdom, Panya. And all three are interrelated. And if our wisdom grows, it strengthens our Panya. And if one strengthens the Panya, it strengthens the Samadhi. And all three are very interrelated.
Thank you, Goodness. Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. I add to that generosity, Dana, is really important too.
Yes, yes. Generosity is also a part. Yes.
Yeah. Where are
So
you?
nice to connect with you. Presently, I'm in traveling.
Oh,
Yes,
you're in
in
there.
one of the airport in India.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
in one of the airport in India. Yes,
Thank you.
yes. I just want to see like your image is seeing like full zoom.
Full Moon Sangha.
I think it is okay. Full moon sangha, but it is visibling like reverse. Like for me, it is.
Oh, it's in
It is showing
the.
as reverse.
Sí.
Lo ven al revés. Nosotros lo tenemos bien. Okay, so if I.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Hello, Philip and Corey. How are you?
Hi, Sachin.
Yes, yes.
Hello. Can you hear me? Yes. Yes,
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm really fine. Thanks for your comment. And Federico, thank you for this beautiful talk. And yeah, I would ask you one thing. I really appreciate this to this aspect of letting go. I think, for me, and I think for a lot of people, it's really, really the essential thing of meditation. But for me, if I read the suttas, I read a lot of time also the aspect of fight, yeah. And for me, I'm a bit in clinch of that. There's also to fight to protect your sense doors, for example, no? There are a lot of pictures in the suttas where the Buddha is describing a monk as like sometimes a fighter. It's not just the aspect of maybe letting go, but there's also another attention behind it. I don't know. It's that what I think, and sometimes, and for me, yeah, I'm searching for the answer for me. I think sometimes there's an aspect of the fighter where you have to go. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's in one case the aspect of the letting go, and another one you're a fighter. You get not in touch with that because I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Uh,
No, no, no,
will
no.
you tell her? Shall
Go,
I?
go.
Shall I just have a word to Philip? Definitely, Sutta will help in applying our practice. Like it helps guides in our practice. Like but instead of reading Sutta, like practice is one of the important aspect. Parallelly, you can do the reading. And instead of reading, I advise you to listen to the Dhamma talks of Bante Ramsi, which is already available. And Bante explains in detail. It will definitely deepen your practice.
Yeah, I love to hear these Dhamma talks of Bandi. I almost hear each of them. There's a website you can hear all of this his past talks. It's beautiful. For me, as Bante, he was my yeah, I was inspired of him of the first time. But I think from my point of view now, I think yeah what is the description in English? He was refound this aspect of letting go. It is really, really important. But I think he is but it's not the whole Eightfold Path. For me, it's a much bigger than that, than just letting go. I don't know. I'm in clinch of that. For example, the point of protection, the sensors, it's a bit more than just letting go. It's a bit more than that. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like that a bit. I don't know what's your thought about that.
Uh, well, you know, I think that the word protection of the sensors we have to be very cautious about it because I think that what the meaning of the protection of the sensors is related to be aware where is your mind at that moment. So if we are in this world with this body and this mind, and we're going to feel the sensorial impingements. But where is our mind at that moment? So, but I want to give you an example. We are eating a very tasteful meal, and that is okay. And we can pay attention to the taste, but when the meal is over, our attention to that have has also have to move on. I think when we linger or when we desire to reconnect with the taste, especially with the first bite, these sensual desires arise in our mind. So the protection of the mind, from my point of view, is be mindful where is in our mind at every moment. So if I apply the 6 R's, the right effort at that moment, and I bring my attention to metta, karuna, mudita, or pekka, the sense doors is guarded already. I don't need to fight against the the feeling. I'm just aware of the feeling, and if I have a strong mindfulness, the craving will not arise. But if the craving arises, I just apply the 6 R's at that moment. Or if the clinging arises, if I start see that my mind is creating justification stories about why I like it or I don't like that taste, I just can apply right effort at that moment. Or even after, if I have my habitual tendency to be in the way that I'm looking for taste this meal again and again, I can also apply the 6 hours right there. So I think that the fighting against will get stronger the craving, the craving for or the resistance to something. I think that is a very important aspect to see because we cannot control what we are feeling in any of the sense door. But if we don't react to that feeling, we are little by little, we are going to uh, change the conditions, and this gradually will give us freedom from that desire, from that craving.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to add here, like Federico was explaining about the food, having the mindful while food. I remember that Bante has said that one can like desire for having food, but not having an attachment to it. Like let us say I am liking to eat some bread. Yes, you can like and eat the bread, but you should not have an attachment. Like without bread, your mind should be same as the normal way. What do you say, Federico?
No, no, no. I think that that is. I I think that is correct. I think that the problem is not the the problem is not the sensoriality. The problem is our reactions to that, to the bread, to the sound, to the scents, or to the flavors, or whatever of the six sense basis. Even our thoughts, because a thought is the object of the mind. So the mind will in the mind will arise many thoughts, but if I don't react to that, it's just a thought. It's like it's just a sight. So I think that is
Truly
where,
said.
where
Truly,
I
truly.
think that the mindfulness here is our best ally, and again we don't have to be so hard on ourselves. Of course, maybe sometimes we're going to slip away and we get caught on any of these sensual desires or aversion or restlessness or whatever it might be. But I think that this mindfulness is to remember. Remember that the
Yeah.
mind, the nature of the mind is sometimes the monkey mind. Go from one branch to the other. It's just movement. Nothing happened there. It's just movement. I have to remember. I remember one in the last Delson Dhamma talk that Corey said something really interesting that maybe outside is a big storm of any of the sensors, but we have to be tranquil because okay, it is what it is. I don't have to react to that. I don't have to chase it. I don't have to resist that or identify myself with any of this aspect. I think that is where the remember, the memory help us.
Yes, truly said. And just for information, that there is a swim bot available in dhammasuka.org. Philip, I think you may be knowing about it, swim bot, where it is very good in the sense you can ask some question, it will give the answers in the swim way. And what I do generally is
Yeah,
even
I know that. Yes, yes. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
And what I do generally is I copy some of the suttas from Sutta Central and paste in Twimboard. It explains in a way this sutta is explaining me, like in Twim way. It's really helping us.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm completely. I understand it completely that view of Bhante Vimala Ramsi. For me, it was a game changer. You know, for
Really,
you as well. And
for me too.
yeah.
I think
But
for everyone.
for everyone, yes. And yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. And if you for yourself read the suttas more and more, you understand more and more. And it is exactly that what Bhante tells you. If you're letting go, your wisdom increase and you understand more and more and more. And yeah, but yeah, sometimes I'm I'm not for I cannot agree 100% what Banda told. For me it's just but it's maybe 90%. And sometimes, yeah, for example, the point you can enjoy the food, okay, that's my point, but maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's more to do than to enjoy the food and without craving. I don't know. For me, I understand this point. I don't understand this point already 100%. Maybe next year, but I'm yeah. This is my I have some points. You know what I mean? I have to discover more.
Yes, truly said. One has to experience for one themselves. Truly said.
Well,
yes. Corey, how are you?
Sorry?
No, Corey.
Corey, Corey.
Corey.
Corey, how are you? Fine.
Okay.
I'm here. How's it going, guys?
Yes, we are fine. We are fine.
Good. Much meditation.
Good. Sorry. We have disturbed your meditation.
Yeah, how can I help?
No, just say hello. I told you.
Sorry, say again.
Just to say hello.
Oh.
I remembered you. Yes.
Oh, hi, Suchin. Good to see you.
Hi. Yes.
Hello.
Fine. Nice to be connected. Yes.
How have you been?
Yes.
Good.
Well, if you don't have any more questions, we can share merit.
Yes.
Yes, we can share merit. Yes, we can share merit.
All right. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear struck fearless be. May the grieving share all grief. May all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kind of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty powers, share this merit of ours. May the Lord protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
To everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks
all.
a lot, Federico. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Yes, bye-bye. Bye.